Okay. Ah, there we go, that's better. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, to part 4 in our colour along. And now that I've muted myself, I can talk. So, hi Val, how was your day? Right, we're going to work on finishing up this page. I want to include it in the end of the month video, you know, the one about all what we've coloured in the month of July. So I'm just going to think through a few colours quickly. I'm thinking of doing a green umbrella here, and I'm just trying to decide on the colour green. So I'm going to hop onto Pixabay quickly and have a look at beach umbrellas and see what options they get, because I'm a little bit stuck on inspiration. Okay, so we got blue and yellow, got orange and white, red and white. I think a red and white one would work quite nicely actually. I think let's do this one, red and white. So this is what I do when I feel stuck. I just hop somewhere and look at pictures and hope I come unstuck. So I think what we could do is a green and white one here. It's green, or maybe green and black stripes, something like that. Alright, so I'm still carrying on in Polychromos. Hi Cindy, hi Dawn, it's lovely to have you. Thanks for joining. Right, so I'm going to go away from leaf greens and go into more vibrant greens. So I think I'm going to take a light phthalo green, maybe mix that with a chrome oxide green fiery, and for shadows maybe a juniper green. That should work quite well. And we'll do black stripes, which we could actually, I'm wondering, maybe use a gel pen for that. We'll see. Okay, so I'm coming in with my light phthalo green, and I'm just going to erase some blue bits sticking out here. I hope you've all had a good week, a good day, good start to the weekend. Okay, light phthalo green. Have you been doing much colouring? What are you colouring in? Okay, so let's think about our light source. The light will hit here, here, a bit here, and it will start to catch some here. So I'm going to follow the shading Rita Berman's done with these lines, and I'll just focus on creating highlights over here. As I've mentioned before, my understanding of light source and the intricacies of it are not very strong. I struggle to get my head around the exact position of where your light is going to hit where and how it varies, and sometimes I just give up because it's like trying to do geometry in math. The brain doesn't compute. Maybe one day. Well, I saw the tag, and I had already done my January to June coloring pages, so I'm a bit reluctant to do the freak out tag if it's just going to be repeating what I've already done. So I'll have to look into it a bit more and see how it all works and what it entails. In some ways I feel like I rushed the gun, I rushed things by doing a January to June, but then again I didn't actually know there was a freak out tag until I think mid-July. So yeah, I'm trying to be kind to myself and just kind of go, you didn't know, it's okay, for next time, Ooh, Lulu Mayo. Which Lulu Mayo book are you coloring in, Cindy? She's got quite a few. Yeah, I did do the other tag, Val. It was actually a lot of fun. Quite enjoyed doing that one. Honestly, I didn't know that you got YouTube tags until I got that first one. Somebody tagged me in it. I didn't know that that was even a thing on YouTube. I've seen it in the blogging community, and I've seen those sort of things like on Instagram. So that was a bit of a surprise, a pleasant surprise. Oh, Christmas in July. How did that go, Dawn? Did you color anything for Christmas in July? Yeah, Lulu Mayo does have cute animals. I like seeing other people's colorings in her books. No, Val, I don't have any Lulu Mayo coloring books. I haven't decided if she's my style of coloring or not. So I kind of apply the whole process. If I'm in doubt, don't. Oh, absolutely. Tag videos are a great way of getting to know people. Right, then I'm coming in with my Chrome Oxide Green Fiery. And I'm just going to build up the layers and start shading. Oh, Val, that would be lovely. Thank you. I didn't actually know that Lulu Mayo did freebies. So yes, that is a great way to try out someone else, artist's style and see if we like it. Yeah, I hear you about fun and easy. It is true. Sometimes we do need just something that is easy and quick to do and just rewarding. I think I'd have to really like tell myself not to worry about making it realistic or anything like that and just stick to kind of like letting my inner child come out. But I do like seeing other people's colorings in her books. They are very sweet and they always make me smile. Thanks, Val. I appreciate that. Oh, Dawn, you're not missing much on Facebook. I'm starting to think Facebook is actually so overrated. I mean, it's got its place in business and all that, and I think it as a tool, it can be really, really great. But I don't know, I suppose it depends what you use it for. When Facebook started, I went on and used that to stay connected to family who were overseas. But as I've gotten a bit older, I share less on Facebook now. I don't even upload photos of the family too much. Not because I don't think people don't want to see. It's just, I don't know. I like the idea of stuff just being private. It's an interesting one, that one, though. I hear you, Val. Yes, inner child. We should all have one and let it come out. Alright, so this is the Juniper Green. I think the last time I really, well, besides around the boys, but in a public place, gave myself, my inner child, room to express itself was at the coast. We were visiting my parents and I was terribly spontaneous, and we were at the beach with my folks, my nephew and my boys, and my nephew and my boys wanted to go for a splash in the ocean. And I decided that the water looked so inviting. I decided that I was going to go and jump in the water with them. So I went completely clothed. I had jeans and a shirt on and one of my nice dress-up shirts. And what I didn't realize is I had the car key in my pocket. So there I am jumping over these medium or itty bitty waves, just like I did as a kid, and totally thrilled and voicing my inner child and just absolutely loving the spontaneity. Only when I got back to the car, realizing that I couldn't open the car because the car key was wet and the alarm went off, and I had to have one of the nearby residents help me open the car key so I could unlock the car and switch off the alarm and go home to my parents' place. Oh, yeah, that was hilarious. So yeah, sometimes we just need to be sensible with the inner child. So now the boys and my husband do tease me every now and then and like, don't leave the key in your pocket. So I'll go over the highlight areas very lightly with this light phthalo green. I don't want to go too light, I want to keep it as a highlight. So just out a bit, and then I do a medium pressure where it's darker pigment. No, oh, my husband was amazing because he was at home and I phoned him in a flat panic, and he was so calm and he's like, just breathe, it's okay, you're gonna come right. And I did come right, but man, it was embarrassing and hilarious and freaking out at the same time. And fortunately, after the next day, everything worked again. The key had dried, and no harm had really been done. It didn't help that I was about 4 or 5 hours away from home, and we don't have a spare car key. So, no, lesson learned, hopefully. I can be a bit impulsive, so I have to watch. Oh, thanks, Dawn. So I'm just going to repeat my colors again. I'm going to go back to the chrome oxide green fiery. If you can see green as fiery, why not? And it was a second-hand car that we bought, and it didn't come with a spare key. And I guess we just didn't think we needed to worry about getting another key. You know when nothing's urgent and you kind of take things for granted. So I think that's the main reason why we didn't have a spare key. And then I'm going back to the Juniper Green. And I'm doing a medium to hard pressure. And now I'm going to use a bit of Ivory just to focus on the highlighted area. haven't decided yet what we are coloring next. I did see that you have asked for Nice Little Town by Tatiana Bogema-Stolova. So if anyone else has any suggestions, please let me know. I'm happy to have a look through the books and see what I can. Yeah, I agree. Doing something different for a change would be a nice change. I think if I do any of the Amazon printed books, I'm probably going to lay a base with markers, just because the Amazon paper really doesn't allow for a lot of layering. So to help get that rich color, I'm hoping that it would actually help to use markers. I don't want to use Inktense or water because I think it will warp the paper something frightful. Something easy. I don't know if I've got a lot of easy books, to be honest. But yes, Nice Little Town is quite easy. I do have a Chibi Girls by Jade Summer. I suppose that also is quite easy. Yeah, I'll have a think. So I'm using Cold Grey 2. I do have a couple grayscale. So I've got a grayscale by Artistry by Lisa Marie, I think. And it's grayscale, so that is also quite easy. And I've got the one that I want to do is a picture with giraffes in a glass bottle. And then I'm using black here now. I might go over this black a bit with some glitter pen just to add a sparkle, or I'll use the Spectrum Noir sparkle. Oh, you don't like chibi? Okay, no, don't worry. If you don't like chibi, we don't have to do chibi. I haven't even finished a page in that book. Okay, it's just a PDF I printed out. Yes, I'll get it for you in a sec. I'll just finish quickly with this black pencil and then I'll get it for you. And I'll explain where you can get the picture as well. Okay, then back to my Cold Grey 3. All right, let me just get you that PDF quickly. All right, let me just zoom you out so you can see the picture a bit better. So this is the picture. It's Grayscale by Artistry by Lisa Marie, and yeah, I quite like it because you can, the work's done for you, so you just have to color over it. And I'm using a normal cardstock paper, so it's not terribly challenging. And I know this paper can take quite a few different mediums, so it can take markers, various pencils. So I've seen Artistry by Lisa Marie use pan pastels and I think pencils with this. I've also seen her do a different picture with alcohol markers. So yeah, this is an option as well. If you'd like to do this, let me know. Artistry by Lisa Marie has this available on her Etsy store, and I think it's only £2 or so. It's a couple of dollars in pounds. It's not terribly expensive. So yeah, worth having a look. Hi B, nice to have you. Welcome. How was your week? Right, I've got a bit of cold grey 3 here. For this side here and here. And then the white pencil right, I think that is done. I'm going to do her bag. I think blue and white stripes with like a off-white. So if I use a middle phthalo blue, and then we'll do the, I think the straps blue would work quite well as well. Thanks, B. It is coming together slowly. And now I'm going to use some Prussian Blue And I'll put a bit of black here because this part of the bag handle will be quite dark. Yes, polys are a lot slower than Prismas. I do like them though. I think they work quite well on other paper as well. So it's not as, they don't seem to be as fussy with paper as Prismas. Back to the middle phthalo blue. And I'm just trying to touch very lightly in the highlighted area so it looks blue and not white. And then I'm going to use the white pencil just to blend out this side. Then come in with that Prussian blue here. And a bit of white in the middle. Okay, I'm going to use a walnut brown inside the bag because it's not going to get a lot of light inside it. So and some light yellow ochre. Some warm grey 6. Back over with the walnut brown. Then some ivory. Okay, so now I'm going to use the ivory as a base layer. Then I'm going to get some brown ochre. I just need to sharpen it first. So some brown ochre. Hi Dawn, are you asking how long I've been doing coloring or how long I've been doing this picture? Okay, I want a bit of a brown, so I'm going to use a Bistre. So this page, we've been coloring this page for 4 weeks. This is our 4th week. And yeah, I quite like how it's turning out. I'm going back in with the Ivory. A bit of the Bistre here on the edges. Very lightly in between here. Come over that with a bit of brown ochre. And then I'm just going to go over it like this. I'm coming at the bottom here with a warm grey just to put back in that line. And I'm going to very tentatively put warm grey 6 here under the bag because it is casting a shadow. It doesn't have to be a very deep one. There, at least it just helps keep the bag away from the sand, otherwise it just blends into each other and we don't want that. Okay, so now I was going to do a red umbrella here. Okay, and I'm going to do it striped as well, so possibly do red and black stripes, I think. Okay, I'm not going to make this one red because that's there, so I'll do this one red. And I'm using permanent Carmine. Now, white is not easy to color because you need to put in your shadows, and I find it quite tricky to not turn white into grey or into brown. Right, I'm getting my warm grey 6 because here I feel the bag is just disappearing into the sand. So I just want to lift that up, and this mat here. And then I'll go over that with the brown ochre. And I get lighter as I come out just so that I can blend it into the sand here. There we go. Hi, Callie. It's great to have you. Welcome. How was your week? Okay, now I'm coming in with dark red. Now here the light is going to be touching, but I'm not 100% sure where to put it, so I'm just going to try and see. So if I do it this way, it's coming down here, it's going to touch here. See, this is where the light whole thing gets tricky because I'm not 100% sure if I've got the light hitting correctly. I think if I darken here to here, it will be okay, but this one might be in the wrong place. So if you're more experienced in light source and you than me, then please go ahead and put the right place. It's like this thing I love about this journey what should I add to the bag? I'm not 100% sure because it reads some spare, so I'm not sure. Ah, some sparkle. Yeah, we can do that at the end. Okay, now I'm coming in with red violets. Yeah, this beach does look awesome. It's nothing like a quiet beach. Oh, Val, I'm sorry. That sounds really rough. I can understand your worry. So I'm going back over with permanent carmine. Oh dear, someone's car alarm's gone off. I hope you don't hear it. Okay, I'm going to bring him some Scarlet Red. Okay, so now we're going to do the center bit with permanent carmine. Next I'm using dark red. Yeah, Val, it's going to come right. Things always have a way of working out. Sometimes they just take longer than we'd like. But we're going to stand with you and trust that things turn out positively and everything works out quicker rather than later. Because it is really tricky and worrying, especially in the current global economy and all that. So this is the red violet. And then I'm going to go over it with Scarlet Red. Back over it with the permanent Carmine. And the dark red. Okay, now to do the white section. Thank you, Cindy. It's very kind. Okay, so I've got cream. So this will be intended to be white, but it may just end up yellow. Seriously. I think I need to go and find more tutorials on how to color white so that it looks like white. So I'm just following the same pattern as I did with the red, so that at least the umbrella looks a bit uniform. And then I've got the ivory, which I'm just going to go over it here. And then if we put I think a bit of Bistre in. It's very lightly here where the line is. I've got to be very careful with this because I don't want a lot of brown. I just want enough for it to create a shadow. I'd be worried if I was the octopus too and a seagull was checking me out. And now I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use white. And just first clean off your whites. Make sure there's nothing on it because mine's got like blue. And if I go and use it with blue, it's going to leave blue streaks, which I don't think is going to be very helpful. And I'm just going to try and blend this out now. You can use the same concept with greys. I think that would work too. It's a bit tricky because the seagull's grey and then you've got the brown sand. And then we can always use a white Posca pen, or you can use white acrylic paint if you want to emphasize the white sections. Well, we live about 30 minutes from the sea, and there are lovely beaches around. If you want to get a sandy beach like this one, we have to drive out for about half an hour to an hour. Otherwise, the closer beaches are normally pebbles, which, to be honest, doesn't bother me too much. They're just a pain to walk on. But if you know, sand goes everywhere. Okay, I think the umbrella is done. So yeah, the sand goes everywhere, and I find with pebbles, at least you can sit down and you don't have sand sticking to your feet and your legs and on your hands. And then when you want to get something to eat, you've got to try and find a place to wash your hands so that you can eat without grits in your mouth. And so I find that complication of sand a bit irritating, but I don't like, they both have their place, whether it's pebbled or sand. I think both are beautiful. If you can find a beach with pebbles and sand, that's great, because then you've got flat sand for digging tunnels and sand castles, and you've got the rocks for rock pools, and I love rock pools. So I'm just doing these bits blue as well. I'm looking for my, oh, I think it's just black. Right, so just do a bit of black around there and in here. Yes, we are very, very fortunate to be able to live close to the beach. Okay, so we're almost there. Towels. So she can be sitting on multicolored towels. Oh gosh. I'm trying to work out what color to do these towels. Oh, look here, in here, this is sand. There we go. I suppose she could have, well, she's pink. So, okay, I'm gonna come here to the chair because my brain is just, see, green and yellow. Green and yellow towels. Is that what you're saying, Val? Okay, I'm going to use olive green yellowish. And I will make this chair, I don't know, grey, weird grey. And I'm going to use some green gold here. Now I don't want to make these leaves too sticking out because they are part of the chair. And we can do pink flowers, so light magenta. Followed by a fuchsia. You could probably even take a gel pen to these flowers and just do it with a gel pen. I think it would work just as well. White. And we can do pink stripes. Fuchsia. Back over it with light magenta. And I'm going to use some magenta. Walnut brown. And a Bistre. And a bit of a cream. There we go. Well, we do have a grayish rock, so bringing in some grey further along the page will also work. So warm grey 3. warm grey 5. And then white 101. Hi, Colouring for Fun. It's lovely to have you. Welcome. How was your week? Okay, there we go. Chair is done. And you guys are saying purple, green, and yellow. Okay. I'll do this tile green and purple. Well, I'll do it like a purpley pink. Hi JC, welcome. Nice to have you. Hope you had a good week. Okay, so here is Manganese Violet, and I'm going to use Magenta and a bit of light magenta. So we'll do light magenta first. And I'm going to try and create a pinky purple. And if it doesn't work, we can always get out a gel pen and just make it purple. Ooh, Worlds Within Wonder. That sounds fun. That's Johanna Basford's book, isn't it? All right, this is Manganese Violet. JC, if you want to see the previous live streams, they are up on the channel, and you can catch up that way if you like. Cool. Colouring for Fun, I'm glad you had a good week. I had a busy week, a quiet, busy week. My one boy was away at camp, at a Scouts camp, so it was quiet without him. I'm coming in with a mauve, so I had to just be supportive of the other two boys and just make myself available for them to play with and emotionally available. So that was quite busy, but yeah, other than that, good and relatively quiet. We went swimming, did walking about. All right, now I'm coming in with light magenta. And then I'm going to use a bit of ivory. Great, so there's the pinky purple. And I'll use similar colors as I did with the umbrella on the towel here. So light phthalo green. Yes, the Ochre is cute. Although I do think he needs a bit more attention than what he's getting, because he is really an eye catcher. Okay, then the Chrome Oxide Green Fiery. I was just trying to work out the rest of the towels. Mythographic has currently got quite a few new releases, so it is possible you've seen a flip through on that one, although it sounds like quite a few of their books they're releasing at the moment are going to be without hidden objects, but some of their older ones have hidden objects in them. So I think it's Mythographic Paradise, Mythographic Enchanted Castles, I think is one of them. There's so many very beautiful books, great artists and all of that, but yeah, the older ones tend to have the hidden objects more than apparently their 2020 books. So the latest one by Mythographic is Mythographic Voyage, I think, by Joseph Kattenbang, and his one apparently has no hidden objects. And then I pre-ordered one of his other books, which is coming out at the end of the year. I think that one's, I'll have to check what it's called. I think it's got to do with like mythology and Egypt or something like that. But there is another one I've seen flip throughs on called Menagerie, which I think is a zoo. I think menagerie is one of the words they, historically speaking, we used when we were describing zoos. Oh wow, JC, I didn't realize they were doing horror books. Well, Mythagoria sounds like a apt title for a horror book. Val, I don't have any pets. I used to have pets before we moved to the UK, but since we've moved, I don't have any pets. I would like to have pets, but we're not allowed pets in our rental, so I have mixed feelings about it, because in one way it's easy. I don't have to worry about children on top and pets, but on the other hand, I do enjoy pets. We used to have dogs and a cat, and I've normally always had at least a cat. And then I'm going to go back with that chrome green fiery. No, not even a fish. Well, as far as I know. I've had fish before. They were fun. Not too much work. We tried to find the unusual type of fish, and so we had a couple of interesting ones. But then I think just replacing them when they died, it got a bit expensive, so we at one stage just decided it wasn't worth it, and we stopped. Oh, that's hilarious, JC. So the fish from the fair has won. Right, so we are almost done. I'm going to do these. I don't even know if it's badminton or what these things are, but anyway. So I'm using Bistre. Just tidy up at the bottom here. Next I'm using Walnut Brown. And some brown ochre. Some black. some Bistre, and some Walnut Brown. The neon Tetras, they're the ones with the red and blue. I think the rainbow fish are Tetras. They're quite common and easy to replace. And then you have like your guppies and your goldfish. You also get zebra Tetra as well. So I think they have like grey and a couple of black stripes on them. I'm going to make these red. So I'm trying to actually just stick to the pencils I've got on my table. So Scarlet Red. Then I've got Permanent Carmine. Then I'm using dark red. And then red violet. I'm going to use some walnut brown. Down to my Scarlet Red. Then the dark red. This is the Scarlet Red. And the Permanent Carmine. And some white. Okay, we're almost done. We've got her hat and 3 towels, so we're almost there. I think I'm going to make her hat similar to the chair, so I'm going to use Warm Grey 3 And then I'm going to use Cold Grey 3. Val, I have a lot of whips. I finished one today and I'm working on another one. Hopefully get that one done. But yeah, I still have a lot of whips and I've got to keep pushing myself to, one, complete what I start, and two, slowly reduce the amount of whips that I have. Because I just color whatever I feel like on the day, and I can go through stages where one day I'll be, okay, I want to just color moons, and then I'll go and find a moon to color and I'll color that, and maybe the next day decide that I still want to color a moon, and then I'll go looking for another moon to color. So I have to, you know, sort of rein myself in and say, actually finish this page first. And I can do the same with skin tone, especially if I'm trying to learn how to do something. So yeah, it's an ongoing struggle. Oh, well done, Jay-Z. That's awesome. Congratulations. What book did you finish your first page in? All right, there's her hat. Right, I think I need another blue towel. So I'm possibly going to panic. Oh my goodness. Let me change the shades of blue up a bit. On a dark blue towel, that might work. So this is Helioblue Reddish. Why it is reddish is beyond me, but there you have it. Oh, cool, JC. Well done. I don't know Edwina McNamee. I'll go check her out. So I'm going to make this towel a dark blue. So I'm going to try go for like a navy color. I might have heard of Dreamlings. I'd have to go check. This is dark indigo. And I'm going to use a bit of black as well, just to really make sure I'm getting a dark blue and not a light blue, because I need the bag to stand out from the blue. So black, then indigo. Then I'm going back to my Helioblue Reddish. Dark indigo. Some black. Dark indigo. Blue, the Helioblue Reddish. Okay. I can make this a yellow towel. So, dark cadmium yellow. Good luck with that, Carly. I hope that the watercolor work doesn't crinkle your page too much. I have seen people use gesso. Have you tried that? Cadmium orange. Dark cadmium orange. Light yellow glaze. This is the Cadmium Orange. And then an Ivory, just to blend this out. Right, one more towel. I'm so excited because actually this is pretty much done. I think I'll do it. I don't want to do it red because red is close to pink, and I've got blue towel there, so I suppose I could do it green. Maybe a different shade of green. So here is earth green yellowish. Actually, no, hang on, sorry guys. We can make it into a striped towel, which will break up the green. Okay, reverse. We can still use green. I think what I'm going to do is do green. Actually, I'm going to do it. Yeah. I'll do it green and white. Oh, grey. So this one. So I'll still use the same green. And here inside the flipper, just draw an imaginary line or an actual line, and you'll have your stripe. Right, chrome green opaque. And we'll darken that up with walnut brown. So sometimes brown works quite well to create shadows in greens. Depending on which green you use, you can also use a dark indigo. And then just go over it again with your darkest green and it will create your shadow. Ah, Kali, you'll get there. if I compare myself to the people I admire, I'm still got leagues to go. So that's the thing, we're all on a journey, and it's all really just about making it fun for you and enjoying the process. Alright, now I'm going to do the stripes, so I'm going to use my lightest grey, which is Cold Grey 2. And then oh, you guys are very sweet, thank you. Warm Grey 5. And then we want Warm Grey 6. Just in your deeper shadows. Remember, her legs are going to cast a shadow on the blanket. And then Cold Grey 2, just as we start blending this out, we are almost done, and then I will go get the gel pens and we can sparkle this up. And I want a bit of black. Just to create those lines inside the flipper. And finally a bit of white. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna go get my gel pens and bye, Carly. Thanks for coming. Okay, so let's have a look. Where are we going to sparkle? So we're going to do the middle of the flower. My laptop just switched off. Okay, so I'll do the center of the flower here. And I think that we could put a bit of sparkle on the fish. I don't think we did that, so I'm going to use my Spectrum Noir Sparkle and just put some on him there. And I'm going to get some of my glitter down. So what we can do is I've got some, I don't have stickles, but I have Dove Craft glitter gel. Which is this. So this we could put on some of the sand and just give it a bit of character as well. And if I use my finger, I can spread it out quite smoothly. And it will give that gold fleck as well. Okay, so that's a bit of glitter on the sand. Just need a bit of walnut brown in there. And then we can use some Sakura jelly roll. And just try to lighten up the white areas here. So I'm just removing white lines because I want to highlight the white part of the umbrella. There we go. And we can put a bit of sparkle in the red portion of the umbrella, just with the Spectrum Noir sparkle. sparkle up our octopus. And then Sakura Jelly Roll on her hat. And I think that is it. I think we are done. So I'm going to zoom you out a bit so you can have a look. Oh, thanks everyone. I'm glad you like it. Right, so that's our page. It's done in time for the end of the month and got lots of sparkle on. And yeah, there is some color alongs that we can add to this. So if you have been coloring with me real time or with the live streams, and you want to upload it on Instagram and follow along with some of those color alongs, I will link them in the description below, and you can join in if you like. Otherwise, if you want to tag me in your completed picture, feel free to use my Instagram tag, which I will also include in the description. So that leaves this page done, and we've got 2 options for our next color along, unless anybody else has any suggestions. We have this beautiful page here. You can see my messy desk, and I've also got Nice Little Town 6. Hiding away. Here it is. Or we have this book. So that's our 2 options. I can pull out a picture from this book, or we can do the grayscale if you want to learn grayscale. It's not terribly difficult. And yeah, there's, see, Val, there's a whip. And there's another whip. So it has I've got quite a lot of whips in here, but I mean, we could do something like this one. So yeah, there's another whip. So this is Nice Little Town 6 by Tanya Bergema-Stolova. That's the 2 options for something fun and simple. Cool. So it looks like there's a few takers for the giraffe page. So what I'll do is I will put this picture up in the community post, and everyone else who hasn't followed the live stream, they can see it there as well. And yeah, then we can work on this, and we can learn quite a few things. One, how to do grayscale. We can learn how to do glass, how to do a cork. And then the giraffes are really pretty simple, because you don't have to worry about fur. They've got very, very short hair. So the only fur-like place would be here on the manes. So I think this is going to be a great picture to do. Right, so thank you everyone for joining me. It's been lovely chatting to you and finishing our page. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've certainly enjoyed talking to you all and getting to know you better. And I will see you next week in our next live. I am going to be uploading the second part of the dog rose I've been colouring in, and I'm also going to be uploading this weekend my completed pages for July. So I'll see you in those videos as well, and have a great weekend. Bye.